long last, we will see the fruition of Titus's vision, and we will end our quest. Over 40 episodes, and I still can't make a good opening joke.
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Hey! Welcome back to Vision Quest. We're here. I can only... we're starting with a flashback. We are getting to a peak moment in the story, and we're going to be talking about a random flashback. Welcome back. I was about to say Hunter x Hunter, but that's really just every shonen ever. Hey, Mikhail, why are we out here? Listen, Yuri, don't you want to see the Emperor? He and his son are going to ride through. Heck, Mikhail, you know I don't care much for all that. We should be back with our folks, helping the harvest. Pa said it's going to be a good haul this year. Well, don't you want to see what the fuss is? The Emperor's kid supposedly comes round here to ride. My pop was saying you look kinda like him. The Emperor's son? Yeah, practically the same. Pops was real sure of it. Pretty sure you're both the same age, too. Don't you want to see for yourself? Well, he must be pretty dang handsome then. You think he'll come this way? Wouldn't surprise me. Look over yonder. That's where the Emperor's family keeps their horses. The kid's probably gonna come out on a ride soon. We'll get a good look at him. Hey, Mikhail, what would you do if you were Emperor? You saying I look like the kid and all got me thinking. What if it was me? If I were Emperor, I'd want to end the suffering of everyone. Ain't no family gonna go hungry. Ain't no one gonna be left alone who needs help. Yeah, I'm sure that'd be nice, Mikhail. I mean, my pa and ma could certainly use some help. We ain't exactly well off. None of us are, Yuri. It's just how it goes. Us being poor country folk and all. Say, Mikhail, imagine if I switched places with the Emperor's kid. Wouldn't that be something? I could become Emperor, and do all those things. Well, maybe we can become the kid's friend. He's your age, so only a few years younger than me. Maybe we can become his pals. Loyal retainers, I think it's called. Yeah, that'd be swell. You know, now I want to meet this kid. What's his name, anyway? The Emperor's son is named Festin. Pretty crappy name, right? Sounds like what you'd name a pet dog or something. Festin, that's kinda odd. But nobles are like that. Hey, look, you see that? I think that's him, riding on that there horse. He's not a bad rider. And look at that horse. So pretty and strong. Uh-oh, looks like he spotted us. Should we run? Thought you wanted to meet him, Mikhail. Yeah, but... Hold. Who are you? Why are you loitering around my family's property? Explain yourselves. I'm Mikhail, and this is Yuri. We're from nearby. We don't want any trouble, just enjoying the sights. Isn't that right, Yuri? Heck yeah, it is. You got a nice horse. Can I pet him? You want to pet the horse? Well, it's rare to get to see common folk. Especially without having guards breathing down my neck. Frederick certainly would scold me for so much as the thought. I suppose there's no harm in that. Come, you may pet him. Oh wow, his mane is so soft. What's his name? Listen, this is a very sweet child flashback, and it's going to show how Festin became desperate for power. But my brain's like, who do I give all those speed wings to? Who really needs those books of skill? Should I, pump into Onisim, or should I just, leave him to the wayside and focus on blah, 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 blah? That's all going through my brain right now. His name is Makalov. Oh, when naming the main villain's horse. Yeah, yup, strong, regal, valorous name. Hey, can I see him too? By all means. Alright, here goes nothing. Whoa, what's this? Get your hands off me! I am the heir to the throne of Nevin! To lay a hand on me is to wish for death itself. Kale, what are you doing to him? Funny of you to bring up that whole death thing. Your papa sent my granddad off to war, and he died. I suffered a lot because of that. And your papa's gonna pay dearly for it. A war... That knife. Put it away, please. I'll give you anything. I am the heir to the throne of Nevin. My family's pockets flow with endless gold. I implore you. And what? God damn. I can't look at that again. I don't know if it was this Let's Play or another one. I can't look at that without thinking of Kung Pao. I implore you to reconsider. Don't do it, Mikhail. Sorry, Yuri. I gotta do this. No. Mikhail, you killed him. Here, try on his clothes, Yuri. Do it. Mikhail, you're scaring me. Put the knife away. Don't you see, Yuri? This is your chance. You said you wanted to become emperor, right? Do all these nice things for all the people, right? Now's your chance, but you gotta get dressed, or else we're both in big, big trouble. Prince Festin, where are you? You mustn't ride off so far on your own. Do it, quickly. Here, take his blade. Get some blood on it, too. You gotta play the part if you want to be Festin. Mikhail, what? Alright. I never asked for this. You look just like him. I'll give him your clothes. Quick! And if anyone asks you, you got knocked in the head. You don't remember a thing. Got it? Alright. I'm gonna try to make a break for it. I'll be seeing you. Prince Festin, what did I tell you about? My gods, what's this? Prince Festin! What's going on here? He did it! What? Trying to assault the prince? You'll pay dearly for this! No! The other one. You were able to fend him off. Glad to see your training has paid off, Prince Festin. Are you alright? Your parents will be worried. They're both dead. Just common riffraff. Don't trouble yourself, Prince Festin. Those criminals got what they'd... Okay, look, I know that they look similar. But how can you not tell, like... How can you not tell that's not the same kid? If you're his right-hand body, like, you should be able to tell. It's the prince and the pauper, alright? I really need to stop thinking too hard about this. My head hurts real bad. You don't look bruised up. Did you take a fall off your horse? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I took a fall and everything flashed white. Having a hard time remembering. Remembering much of anything. Alright, I think I know what's going on here. I cannot have ever fathomed it would come to this. Huh? What do you mean? Look, kid, I wasn't born yesterday. Normally, I'd skewer you like I did your friend. Okay, so he's not that stupid. However, if I did that, I'd be next on that pike. So you and I are gonna make a little deal, alright? Huh? What do you mean? I'm Prince Festin. Yeah, and I'm the King of Mostin. Don't try playing wise with me, kid. It was a clever scheme, but we're gonna do one. Okay, I get it. He has to fucking make Yuri Festin, because otherwise that means Festin died when he was supposed to be watching him. So he kind of has to help the lie. That's actually clever. Okay, never mind. I was talking shit, and then the game immediately brought up... Alright, Vision Quest, I was not familiar with your game. I'm sorry. I want to go home. I didn't ask for any of this. Honest. Neither did I. It's not like I have much of a choice. Forget your family, forget your name. You're Prince Festin now. You're going to be the next Emperor of Nevin. Oh, I can't do anything like that. I mean it. I can't even read or ride horses. How am I going to be the danged Emperor? Just let me handle the details. All you need to do is listen to me. We'll both be okay. You got that? Alright. What happens now? It's gonna go something a bit like this. So first, Storch and his companions pierce the last lines of the... Alright. So Festin never asked to be in this position at all. He did not maliciously lead to the death of the real Festin. Okay. The group wastes little time resting before they march. Okay. Balti, the capital of Nevin. It's been a long time. I wonder if the candy shop I like is still here. I'm sure it is. Perhaps when this is over, we can go for a visit. Nah, we don't need to. You know, sweet stuff just doesn't do it for me now. And yet you still like Marlin. Mom! That's cute. Esfer, do you have a moment? Yes. Lyra, dear, I'll be back in a few minutes. Just say the word. Sorry about that. Esfer, you ready? You've asked me a number of times already, Storch. Yes, I'm ready. For whatever lies ahead. We've come far, have we not? After this is all over, you coming back? Back to Bolaro? I intend to. At least for now. For now? I'm not one to stay in a single place for too long. We'll see. I haven't thought about it. What's gotten into you? Just thinking a lot. You know, we've all changed. More than we even know, you know? It's amazing to think that a year ago, we were sitting in Rask, drinking ales and swapping gossip. I hope we can still go back to that life, but something tells me it wouldn't be the same. I learned something throughout all this, Esper. Blonde people can't be trusted. No offense. I learned that you can't try and bring back the past. Trying to hold back change means only holding yourself back. There's good change, and there's bad change, but nothing will last exactly as it is forever, no matter how hard you try. While our situations may change, we can hold true to our ideals. Hold true to our values. Values are timeless, aren't they? If they are truly the elements that determine the core of our character, then yes. Thanks, Esper. Feels weird. I feel relieved, almost. We're about to start what will be our last battle, and I'm not nervous, nor angry, nor shaking. I feel a sense of calm. Perhaps knowing it's all going to be over after this makes it much easier to deal with the trials ahead. We're going to get our share of the spoils and head back to our lives. Back at home. You're quite the character, Storch. I wouldn't have expected this from you. It's like you said. We all change. Indeed. We should go see Lord Titus. I'm sure he's ready to march. That ellipses has so much scorn behind it. Preps are all made, Lord Titus. We have secured the passage to the castle. We can begin our assault on Emperor Festin's manse. Your orders? We're within striking distance, my comrades. My friends. Don't call me your friend, he thinks. Don't call me your friend either, she thinks. Waluyo is oblivious to everything. That's actually kind of funny. Like, everyone's in the fuck Titus stage, but Waluyo's just chilling in the corner like, he's a little weird, but alright, he's okay. My men are ready. Before orders, Chief Waluyo, let's take a moment. Remember this. Bards will sing of this day. Whether it be soliloquy, limerick, haiku, or ballad, all will remember your exploits in battle today. The road has been long and arduous, and this is the final destination. Give it your all today, for your efforts will not go to waste. Emperor Festin has tried to foil us at every turn. Let us end this. Let us end this senseless war. We charge the castle gate. Well, he is making poetry. That's so funny to think that Titus just says that shit. Said that like some other dude 10 feet away is gonna be like, wow, that was a cool speech. And then he'll like write it down somewhere. So history was like, damn, Emperor Titus was cool as shit. Emperor Festin, the rebels are here. Your orders? Order the men who no longer wish to fight to escape. Allow them to return to their families. This is not their fight. Your Majesty, we're with you to the end. None of us will leave your side on this day. We fight till our last breath. You're a loyal soldier, but this is my fight. It is a fate of my own making. Then let us fight by your side and change the course of fate. Very well. Let's make this a fight they'll not forget. Huzzah! Mikhail, I'm sorry your sacrifice led only to this outcome. Please forgive your old friend. Emperor Festin. Fredericks, you don't have to stay if you do not wish it. Emperor Festin, do you take me for a selfish fool? I've been by your side since you were but a child. Fredericks, thank you. I would not be here if it weren't for you. Must you remind me? Whatever happened then is all ancient history now. Right. Let us fight together, Fredericks. Regardless of the outcome, thank you for your service. I am eternally grateful, Fredericks. There's no need to kowtow to me, Emperor. Close to 40 years now. You've earned it, my liege. Damn, since Festin had to be a child, like, is Festin in his 50s? He looks good. Don't say another word. Ah, right. Forgive me in my moment of weakness. No need to get sentimental about it, Emperor Festin. We both did what we needed to in order to get by. Indeed. Fredericks, thank you. Let's continue our fight to survive, as we did all those years ago. Indeed, Emperor Festin. Well, here we go. Final battle time. It's kind of nice that technically we could spare Fredericks. Alright, well, there he is. What do you mean he gets an iron rune? Well, I could just steal it. Also, while he does have capped speed, he has capped general speed. Well, he's a baron, but you know. So, like, he's not actually that... And he moves? I'm in 3 different groups? Oh, this is gonna be something.
2 hours later.
I just sat through a lot of unit preparations, and frankly, I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna work out, but let's just do it. Alright, so Surya started the final battle by not getting a crit on either of his 66% attacks. We might be cooked. This whole thing might be over. You know, we might just have to die. I do not think we're going to be coming back from this one, Chiefs. But that's okay, maybe. See, Lyra's going to do well. More magic is fine. Alright. Now what I wanted was for you to go up here. Make sure you have that equipped. I can't quite actually reach the silence user, or the sleep user up there. But you know, that's kind of fine. Ooh, that's not enough to kill, actually. Huh. Well, let's just do this instead, then. Armor on armor. As it should be. Alright, and then you're gonna play for Titus. And you're just gonna come up and continue doing this. With Storch's assistance, I should say. Cornhusker, yep, that'll do it. Hello there, would you like to meet my corn? It's quite deadly, you see. Alright, level up for Storch, what do you got? Alright, cool. That's fine, actually. Titus, you're going to just put... You're going to put the... Oh, your odds to put the sleeper to sleep aren't very high. Well, you see, I'm simply going to believe harder than you. It's just that easy. It's always been that easy. Sure, I see no reason not to do this. See, Surya? That's how you get a critical hit. Though, really, I should not be talking too much smack in favor of Lori. I did kind of just give her an astronomical amount of shit at the start of the game. Or when I first saw her, I should say. Alright, and then we'll do that. Okay. Following this, is Surya actually able to be attacked by anyone? No. So I guess I'll just... But I could make a chicken. Alright, well, if I go up here with the brother sword... Yeah, no, this should be fine. We'll do some of this. And then Marlin will dodge this because he's epic. Huh, wait, did he not quadruple you? No, sure enough, he didn't. I misread that situation. Alright, so let me just look at this. Alright, you will kill you, Cassius will kill you, and Waluyo is gonna be able to ride up and finish this guy off. Yeah, this is fine. Level up for Wally. Okay. Now what I need to watch for is, do you kill Marlin? 41... yeah, okay, no. I'll be bleeding. I will be in a ton of pain. But no, Marlin will not be dead. Unless one of these guys up here have a Boltine. And they don't. Alright, perfect. So this does all work out. Let's use the ultimate light magic for our dear Ten Shinhan. Which one? I think that's FE6's ultimate light magic? I can't quite remember. But that's okay. I don't necessarily need to remember. Actually, I could just make a really cool chicken. Now, and I'll actually use the ultimate dark magic just so we can see it. Return to Mork. God, I love Game Boy Advance magic. It's always so fucking cool. Alright, that's fine, Cassius. Alright, so now that's taken care of. Stina can't double, right. Alright, so the first wave of these guys, I basically have to take care of them with Bulan, and maybe not necessarily finish them off with Onisim, but, I mean, yeah, we need to... Yeah, you can't quite kill, but that's fine. For we have plenty of ways to kill. I can try to give a kill to Stina. There we go. Influenced by the power of her girlfriend, she will conquer the world. Alright, so I want to make sure that Helga and Ruslan both have a lance equipped, because that Axe Reaver will be very scary. Alright. So far so good, but there are a number of things to worry about. Thing number one, how we're going to deal with Festin and Fredericks. Like, they're still going to do a lot of damage. Two, there are stairs all over this map. Reinforcements could be coming at any minute second. And three, there has not been a single Fire Emblem game, I'm pretty sure, in the history of the franchise other than the... Okay, actually, no, I'm lying right here. None of the GBA... Actually, no, wait, it's also GBA again. Sometimes Fire Emblem maps have two maps. I was about to say it as a definitive, all of them do, but no, that's not even remotely true. Like, Fire Emblem 1 and 2, the final map is just one map. Fire Emblem 3, the last map is 3 maps. But then Fire Emblem 4 and 5 just have one last map. Fire Emblem 6 has one last map. But then FE7 and 8 have 2 last maps. 9 has one. I was about to just say something, and then I realized, wait, what I'm saying right there makes absolutely no sense. The entire point of all of that was, hey, we're not out of the woodworks even if we kill Festin. There is a lot of map left to consider. Unfortunately, that man did not take their time to consider how he would handle retirement. Should have done that a lot sooner. Alright. Alright. Perfect. You'll handle this. You see, I don't remember... Because if I remember correctly, FE7 and 8 basically have the same ultimate tome. Essentially, though the names are different, they're both powerful wind magic, and I think that's what that is. I could be a wee little bit wrong. Alright, just don't not get a crit. There we go. Was that so hard, Surya? Wow, he was so upset at himself for messing up that first crit, he got another one immediately. Just in case, I am gonna put some people on these stairs. I know better than to trust stairs in a Fire Emblem game. Titus will now use... And there's no need for him to sleep one of these guys. Other than the fact that I might as well, because I have the staff, it's the end of the game. Just use it. There. Alright, and then you will play a song for you. Lori's gonna block those stairs. Oh, they could have supported. That would have made a lot of sense to do, actually. Well, Gunner's gonna go up here with you. Alright, level 13, level 10, but I have other plans for you. I guess I could keep trying to give Stina some levels. Honestly, it's not a terrible idea. I just need to weaken this guy without killing him. Perfect. Very, very nice. Stina. From right here. Huzzah! She will become more powerful than you can ever imagine. Alright, you having Fimbeltver is obnoxious. Let me just... Hold on. Alright, you can attack to the left of that pillar. Alright, so you move right here. Yeah, you arm yourself with that flux. Then Rustlin comes over, repositions you, and now you're ready to do fight. Excellent. Onisim, it's the last map of the game. I stand to lose nothing by just letting that shit go. And look, now you've become even faster. Let's have Marlin go to the space on top of Storch. Their brother support will activate, and we'll be sitting pretty. With the combined power of Purge and Waluyo, this guy can be dealt with before he even blinks. Oh, you don't have a... I forgot... wait a minute. You were supposed to have a Sky Piercer. Why do you only have 3 items? I accidentally made some mistakes. Well, this is awkward. Let's give you the Brave Bow and a Sky Piercer. Let's give you the Sky Piercer with full ammo. And we'll just pretend like that whole thing never happened. I am definitely listening to, I think, Donkey Kong 64 music when K. Rool is doing anything. No, not anything. Specifically during the climax of the game. When, like, the Kremlin is running in to tell him about the stage. Or, like, hey, Donkey Kong's right here. This is Donkey Kong 64 music. I'm almost positive. Could be wrong, but... No, I'm not. I'm never wrong. Much like Bulan. Never been wrong a day in her life. Alright. Mr. Sage with a sleep staff, please. Put the chicken to sleep. It would be so fucking fun. This is kind of bad because now I have no way to get rid of Custer. So I can't, like, summon another one. But, more importantly, what just happened there is really funny. Is he really just gonna... Am I just gonna kill him right... Because if I move Marlin up... What's his resistance? His resistance is 19. Your damage is 30. That's only 11. That's 50. That's sizable. But it's not enough to kill. I mean... What if, right? What if I just kill Festin this early on? Into the map. That would be really funny. And then I would be gearing up for the part 2 that I know is gonna happen. Like, let's be real here. This is not the end. But let's try. Let's see if this really is everything. Alright, and now you're gonna go over to here. Just gonna make sure that, yeah, you can't reach, you can't reach. You can, but I can kill you from over the wall. Yeah, let's... Item, Cornhusker, that'll increase your everything. Well, I believe this is all she wrote, unless Festin just doesn't move yet. Which I cannot rule out as a possibility. Because, you know, Festin might just decide that he doesn't feel like existing. Play for Lyra. Yeah, let's get Lyra in, within Marlin for more support power. Lori, you're gonna shove you up. Cassius is also going to shove him. Oh, you can support with Gunner. You. Go. Get out of here. Gunner, what did they do to you? Tragedy. I don't wish to discuss it with your kind, Blackheart. Gunner, please. I only wish to... No. No talking. Goodbye. Oh, right, because, you know, he's part of the group of people that absolutely ruined Gunner's life. Tragedy, truly. Alright. And we'll see what this is about. Don't think I'm gonna drop what you just told me earlier. You're saying these things exist? That's inhumane. You were a child. Maybe as a noble Lord Lori, you don't quite get it. To most people, I was no better than the dirt beneath my feet. Only way to get ahead as a peasant is in this damn empire is to fight. So that's what I did. Some kids would cry, others would try to run away. For me, I knew it's what I had to do to get anywhere. And this happens in Balti? There were circuits all throughout the damned empire. You seriously don't know about the child fighting rings. What governing do you people even do? Well, I sure as heck never heard about this. I'm gonna snuff this out of Offenlock immediately. I will not condone child fights. Never. Wrong franchise to be saying that in, Lori. I thought you were more of a freewheeler like me. I'm known for being blunt. Clearly. I'm going to end these child fights as soon as this ends. If I didn't have the circuits, I wouldn't be here now. Are you not at all traumatized by this? I don't want to talk about it. Zuzana, I will end this. Alright, so apparently we're in the final chapter and I've just now learned about child fighting rings. Whoops. Feel like that should have been something I would have liked to have heard about earlier. I know I have a craft shell for an exterior, but I'd be lying if I said I felt like rainbows and chocolate biscuits about the whole thing. It was terrible, but it was all I had. It was my only way up and out from poverty. Ugh. You've got me thinking. I have an idea. An idea? Alright, well. Wait, how are we gonna have time for any supports between those two? The game's almost over. Unless, like, we have 2 supports in one map, because this map's definitely gonna have a part 2. Like, I know how this works. Alright, I can attempt to fish for a silence on you, so you stop putting me to sleep. Perfect. Oh, he can attack a lot more than just Marlin. Oh, shit. And while Marlin can survive 2 attacks... Actually, wait, they only need to be able to survive 1 attack. And all of them that are in his way, are they fast enough? 23, 23, 28... Yeah, no, they're fine. Okay. I was a little worried at first, but we're actually completely fine. Oh, shit, not... The Purge, you're gonna get... I also silenced the wrong one. Wow, I fucked up on every possible level there. That's kind of funny. Honestly. That is kind of funny. Alright, Ulan, attack with the Nosferatu to get your health back. And then I can finish him off with Larissa. You're gonna need a little bit of help. Just gotta make sure that that little bit of help doesn't get in range of a bow. Excellent. Now, I'm a little worried about leaving, Tien in range with the Purge. But to be honest, that guy's probably gonna go to put someone to sleep and not actually attack. So let's see what happens. Oh no! Alright, going after Gunner. Perhaps it is my own doing that wrought this. But I will not let you win without a fight. I will go down as a great emperor. Alright, so this is definitely going to hurt. This is FE8's ultimate black magic. Alright. So... Alright. You're putting Lori to sleep. Okay. Well, how about this? You have Luna. That's going to do a lot of damage. Definitely going to do a lot of damage. Can you double him? You can, but that does even more damage. That'll do 50 damage. Alright. Waluyo, you need to get rid of this guy. Actually, can Waluyo do more damage with a brave weapon? No. Alright, that's fine. Alright. So if we just get this guy out of the way, we can get to Festin with Marlin, who will do like 0 damage. Oh, no, he'll do a lot more than 0 damage if I just give him the right things to have equipped. Alright. So this will do 25, 50 damage. That's going to bring him down to 30. And then I can just kill him. A little anticlimactic, I suppose, but... Alright, let's do some things here. I do want to at least see this. So, you've come to face me yourself, Lord Titus. Emperor Festin. It did not have to come to this. Why did you start the war on Kuching? Why do you turn on your people? Answer me! I need not explain myself to you. An arrogant, backwater lord from a pitiful state, turning the Empire upside down for his own gain. So that's how it is. Emperor Festin, I urge you to yield. You have lost. And do what? Rot in a cell for the rest of my days? Foolish imbecile. I'd rather die. Well, I suppose there is no more to say. You leave me with no other choice. I, Lord Titus of Bolaro, will defeat you. You're not going to defeat him, but like you're going to do a lot of damage. And I need to check his skills. Because I don't think he has anything that's going to like fuck me up. Okay, I just Alright, I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't be able to use a hammer on it, basically. Alright, we're gonna do some damage. You're gonna be in pain. You're gonna level up. A little late for it to matter. You come up here. And yeah, Festin is just dead. So, if he's just going to be dead... I mean, let's get some experience in, because I feel like... this ain't the end. Holy shit, Bulan, you beautiful, beautiful woman. Alright, Esfer. Let's just do some of that shit. What's your best hit rate? The Steel Lance. Got it. Rustler. You have a Dragon Axe? Do you seriously have a fucking dragon? You have a Worm Slayer. So not exactly a Dragon Axe, but not exactly not a Dragon Axe. Helga will weaken you. What do you have? You have a Sword Reaver. Okay, that's fine. And I'll leave Onasim right there, just in case I need to do a team heal. But truth be told, if killing Festin doesn't end or alter the state of the map, I just lose, really. To be honest, I will just lose. Let's hope it don't come to that. You too choose to fight against me. I cannot be defeated. If I have nothing left to lose. You, with nothing? Come on, Emperor. Don't play me the fool. Look at this here castle. Look at your soldiers. You have a heck of a lot more than average folk. Especially in your own empire, you know? Don't go on saying you got nothing. What one has is relative to their station. I will not compare myself to a commoner. If that's how you feel about the people you serve in this empire, then I guess there ain't no sense in talking. Emperor Festin, he doesn't use swords. You can't say draw your blade. Alright, wow, dodging an 83, that was kind of sick. And so it ends. Festin, is this how you felt in your final moments? No matter. Mikhail, I'll join you soon. Alright, so, let me guess. Horvath made it clear he's done. He's good. Is it gonna be a Titus heel turn? Or is it just over? That couldn't have been it. We did it. It's finally over. Good. Let's go home. Now, Vagelis, we can't leave just yet. Besides, I'm sure there will be a grand party to celebrate. I mean, cousin, think of the women and ale that await. You realize we are tried and true heroes now. You've been a tried and true hero for 20 maps, Arcadia. I promoted you a while ago. Heroes. I suppose we can stomach the capital better with an ale. So it's really over? We won? Truly, you mean it? Brother, you two alright? Better now that we're done fighting. Is Lyra right? Is it really all over? Yeah. Let me go talk to Lord Titus. And so he lies. Dead. Blood spilling from your stomach. Lying there without life. Is this the fate of all who seek to hold such... Oh, that's an interesting idea. Is Titus's heel turn averted because he looks at what all that got Festin and he's like, is this really what the vision had in store for me? Does it always invite such a gruesome end? Emperor Festin, there was a hesitation in your movements, a hitch in your swing. There was something holding you back. I suspect that you never wanted any of this either. I could see the fear in your eyes. Kind of impressive how you saw that through the other side of a wall. But, nowhere to go but to die and hope for redemption in the afterlife. Perhaps now you too can find peace. Whatever secrets you sought to protect are taken with you to the grave. Lord Titus. Ah, Storch. How do you fare? It's over. We won. It is. All the fighting we've been through together. culminating in this grand display. An epic climax, if there ever was. Surely this would be the subject of a tall tale or novella. Wouldn't you say? At the very least, I'd expect a 4-act play. I don't think what we did was all that interesting. I'm just glad it's over. And I as well, Storch. So what happens now? Do you just become Emperor? Don't really get how any of this works. That is to be discussed. The battle on the field is over, but our battle in the court, it's only just beginning, and it will be a long, arduous road. That is the most Ace Attorney line I've ever heard in my life. When the fuck are they making Ace Attorney 7? I'm gonna try to avoid specific spoilers for people that haven't played the Ace Attorney games, but Ace Attorney 6 literally ends with something that is going to forever change the status quo of the entire franchise. And then they're talking about doing something else that will forever change the status quo of the franchise. And then there's just been no franchise. I have no doubt that there are loyalists to Festin that linger, and amongst the others that remain, concessions will be made. The path, it is clear in my mind, but the road is treacherous. Sounds like it. And you, Storch. I will grant you the gold promised to you and your comrades. But, for all your exploits, displays of valor and bravery, I would be a selfish fool not to offer you land and a title. You could become a noble, and your children too would hold great power and influence. You will be a noble statesman, Storch. Lord Storchinski! Lord Titus. That's a gracious offer, but isn't really something I... Nonsense! Lord Storchinski, it's quite robust, is it not? Do you not like the sound of it? I sound like a hapless dweeb. Look, Lord Titus, all that, it's not what I'm looking for. I got into this whole mess to get myself out of it. I'm glad the fighting's done, but I want my money and I want to go home. Back on the farm, with family. You're too modest, Storch. Surely you jest. I know in my outburst earlier. You mentioned this, but I thought it only an emotional display. You truly deny such power, such prestige, privilege. Yeah, I would. If having power means going through what we went through again, you can count me the heck out. I'd rather be back at home doing honest work. And not have to worry. Not about any of this. Lord Titus? You are truly something, Storch. Your loyalty and resolve are infallible, and yet you seek nothing in return. You are a most admirable character. I'm glad to have you as a friend. Please, at least accept extra funds as a token of my thanks. And Storch, if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Thanks. I'll stick around for the week, but I'll be heading home after that. If you need me till then, don't hesitate to come find me. Storch. I fear a man with no selfish desire. A man left unwanting. I pray we always remain allies. Still talking like that, my lord? Ah, Helga. I apologize. Am I speaking to myself too loudly? There's nothing to fear. No one else is within earshot. That's comforting. So, Helga, what will you do now? Well, Lord Titus, or should I say Emperor, I'm leaving. I stick to my word. Make a decision and see it through, right? I did my job. Helga, is there anything I can do? To not have you here, it would be a great loss to me. To you? Pardon me for being blunt, but it's always about you, Lord Titus. Helga, there's nothing left. I'll go my own way. I'm sure one of the others can take my place. They won't be as good, but it's better than no one. My, she's humble too. Alright. Helga, I'm sorry. Perhaps I was too harsh, too untrusting. But you see the rewards, the fruit of our labor. My labor, but what do I get out of it? You always talk about being a man of the people, but you only focus on the man, never the people. Helga, no! Helga. No matter. There will be others. Yes. Many will be willing to work. Oh, is little baby boy realizing that having all the power in the world means nothing if you have no one to love? Aw, Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge, are you realizing money isn't everything? Lord Titus, it's over. Very well done. Everyone. Do not discredit yourself, my good man. This is a momentous victory not just for me, but everyone. You got that right. Now then, we should get down to business. There's a lot that hangs in the balance right now. 2 states are leaderless, and Lord Sostrom is dead. Lady Sigrid, will you take the throne of Lomsk? Yes. I'll do my best to build a state my father'd be proud of. And I'll be right by your side, milady. Excellent, most excellent. A new era of Nevinese tradition awaits. This will be a golden age, spoken of in legends. Chief Waluyo. Ah, Storch, how are you? Should ask you the same thing. I'm glad it's all over. Indeed. Justice is served, and yet what? While we may be victorious today, the future is uncertain. The future's always uncertain. I never would have guessed we'd be here after all. That's true, Storch. I said after all wrong. I'm not a professional voice actor, so sue me. That's true, Storch. Tell me, what are your plans now? I'm gonna head home. I'm ready for things to go back to normal. You will not stay by Lord Titus's side. Surely he will need your support legitimizing his rule. That really isn't my thing. I told Lord Titus I wanted to go, and he got me. I respect that about you, Storch. You always stand by how you feel. Your ideals. It's admirable. I, too, will return home and rebuild what was destroyed. Thankfully, the war did not wage within our borders for long. When do you depart? Not yet. I must stay here. First, I will need to sign a peace treaty with Lord Titus. While such formalities are not necessary in my homeland, I suspect it will be important, if only symbolically. I suspect I'll be here for at least a few more weeks. I see. Makes sense. Indeed. Storch, please remember, you are welcome to Kuching. Always. Thanks, Chief. Same to you. If you ever find yourself in Bolaro, you'd have plenty of places to stay. Can't promise a royal treatment or anything fancy, but it'll be nice. I can guarantee that. Thank you, Storch. I've learned a lot on this journey. I'm grateful to have met you. Likewise. I don't get why Nevin and Kuching always have problems. You and your soldiers are a great group of folks. Better than most. Not everyone is like you or I. Many are fearful of the unknown. Why are you afraid of the unknown? All I can learn is hidden power. I should just not make jokes and just read the script. Those that live differently seemingly threaten your own way of life. Or at least, that's how many see it, those less open. This is true not only of the Nevinese that started this war, but of the Kuching as well. They love the old ways. They're skeptical to move forward, but this, I wrestle with. How do you mean? While I value our traditions, Kuching is at risk. Our warriors are both brave and true. However, if we look backwards, we may never be able to move forward as a country. Perhaps I can change from within, but it will not be easy to do. I see what you mean. Changing to keep up. It's a good thought, Chief, but just remember, stay true to what's important to you. Indeed, I will. Take care, Storch. I hope our paths cross again. Yes, it would be nice to share an ale not as comrades, but as just pals. Maybe someday. Perhaps sooner than you think. How do you mean, Chief? I'll have a clearer sense after peace talks are over. But there's still much that weighs on my mind. Topics I have not fully formed my opinions on just yet. I apologize if that answer isn't what you're expecting, Storch. I think I get it. Thanks, Chief. My advice is to keep your wits about you. You may never know when you'll need to pick up arms again. This is definitely setting up a sequel. Horvath's gonna come back with Titus. There's definitely gonna be a Vision Quest 2. Thank you. I'll remember that, Chief. Wally, shall we arrange camp for the evening? I'm sure everyone can stay in the castle tonight, since we won and all. Much nicer than being out in the cold, I'd say. That would be nice. Come on, Katut. Let's gather the others. Storch, I'll see you soon. Be well. And so ends the war. After a year of fighting, Lord Titus emerges victorious in his conquest against Emperor Festin. With the aid of Chief Waluyo, his fellow lords of state, and his many companions, He crowns himself emperor. With Lord Darien and Lord Alexander dead, he carves up their territories to Lord Laurie of Offenloch and the newly crowned Sigrid of Lomsk in order to win approval as emperor. Emperor Titus quickly signs a peace treaty with Chief Walloyo, who returns home a hero and ascends to a new post as head of foreign relations for Kuching, as he pushes to modernize their government and way of life. Emperor Titus promises to rebuild the land and focus on reparations to areas most affected by the war, including families that were separated by Festin's jailing practices. Although Helga has left him, others from Bolaro stay on, and a new imperial army emerges. Emperor Titus offers a Storch a position of great import, including the throne of Bolaro, which he promptly rejects. Storch, doing more than he set out to do, eagerly begins his long journey home. Is the gang all here? Yeah, we're all accounted for. Arcadia's late. Figures. Sorry I'm late. You wouldn't believe the time I had getting here. Spare us your tale, cousin. The unsavory watering holes you visit are of no interest. You wound me, cousin. It was a fine establishment. She was no common whore, but a fine curse. Shut the fuck up, Arcady. I say this affectionately, shut the fuck up. That sounds nothing like a quiet evening with a book. I love those two. There was no point where Arcady and Vagelus's banter was not entertaining. Yeah, I miss my father dearly. It'll be grand to see him. It'll be nice to return to Rask with no worries. Brother, Marlin, you alright? Yeah, I'm just excited to go home and rest for a bit. A bit? Yeah, just a little while. Brother, I'm gonna go save the orphans with Lyra and Sage Vernon. It feels like a nice thing to do, and just think of those orphans. Brother, while I selfishly wish you could stay by my side, and heck, have you help out on the farm, I know this means a lot to you. Go, and be safe, you hear? Brother, I'm grateful. I hope Mom and Dad feel the same way. You know how grumpy he gets. And it's hard to argue with saving the orphans. Yeah, that's true. Just thinking of those poor little old orphans. Ain't got nobody. Brother, let's go home. You betcha. The journey home was long, but largely uneventful. As the Balarans neared their homes, the scent of the ocean breeze filled their noses and eased their weary spirits. On the final evening of their journey, Storch and Esfer engage in a conversation. Storch. Esfer? Everything alright? You've been quiet this whole trip. Do you ever think about what caused all this to happen? Why Emperor Festin worked so closely with those dastardly fellows? He had a secret to keep. According to Cassius, he wasn't the true heir, so he was blackmailed into helping them out. But beyond that, why would they care? A dark cult doing mind control experiments? What is the end game here? I can't rest easy just yet. You're right. Maybe there's still more to be uncovered. Stones left to turn over and the like. And Lord Titus, he was so eager to resort to violence, all to take the throne for himself. I fear what power will do to him. He had only been Lord of State for a few short months prior to this. As long as he doesn't do anything stupid, we'll be okay, right? He could do something very stupid, Storch. But I just have lingering questions about all this. I fear this is not the last we'll see of the Order. Well, I sure hope so. Right on you, Storch. Now, besides Cassius, he was a nice guy. But heck, this whole thing was exhausting. I pray your optimism is well-founded, Storch. But we may never know for sure. You know, Esfer, if I've learned anything on this journey, it's that sometimes you just gotta accept there will be uncertainty. There will be gray areas. I've learned there ain't no such thing as good and bad. It's all on how we choose to react. I can't live worrying about such stuff. I just want to do what I can to make the most of the time I have. That's all. Perhaps so, Storch. But remember, when that day comes, will you be ready to take up arms again? Yeah. But for now, let's try to enjoy ourselves. I can only control so much in the world around me. Plus, we're almost back home. After all this hard work, I reckon even towing the fields will feel like a breeze now. Yes, we'll soon be indulging in the simpler pleasures. Anyway, keep an eye. The others should be here soon. I know they went to gather materials to prep for the last camp. Ho! If it isn't the noble Lady of Lomsk, Lady Esfer, and the King of Beloro, Lord Storchinsky himself in the flesh. I gotta say, not many people would so boldly refuse such a title. Well, you know me, Arcady. Never wanted any of that. I have seen enough of the world to know that I want no part in it anymore. Fair enough. I'm just glad I won't have to shake my fist at you when you raise taxes on me. It'll be easier to do so when the person doing it isn't a dear friend. Emperor Titus agreed to keep the taxes in Belaro low. My understanding is that they're sorting out how to carve up these lands, but I suspect Lord Lori will oversee them. So she'll be Lord of 3 states? She made out pretty well, I'd say. But these are connections that Emperor Titus had to make to legitimize his rule. Had he not, he could have been challenged. Politics. Remind me to never think about any of that again. You said it. Vagelus, how was the hunt? See for yourself, cousin. Tonight, we dine on venison over an open flame. Venison? You're the real hero of this. I do love me some good venison. Esfer got us a great deal on kegs from the capital. We'll have enough ale to open our own pub. Hey, now that's an I don't drink alcohol, but I would go to a bar owned by Vagelus and Arcady. Old Storch can grow some barley for us, and we can start a business. Arcady and Friends Pub, a place where the ale is as fine as the women. Somehow, I don't think they'll buy it. Come on, let's get the fire going. Sure, let me help with that. I'll help you skin it, Vagelus. Thanks. Allow me to assist as well. Storch, wait just a moment. What is it, Esfer? Before we join the others, there's something I must tell you. Huh? Sure, I'm all ears. There is something I suspected for many years, and I think I may have, through our journey, unraveled a mystery. I want to tell you something that you probably didn't know. It happened when I was in Balti over 15 years ago. Oh? What the fuck do you mean there's more? Do I stop the episode, or is this just going to be more text? Is this a map, or is this more text? Oh no, this is the end. Okay. We'll keep going. Yep, all those turns. You know, there weren't that many maps where I feel like I wasted time. 316 turns, I feel proud of that. The pair developed a close bond and were wed. Esper found a love again for singing, and Onisim was always there, smiling and supporting. Aww, that's sweet. Vagelus returned to his mother and sister. With the gold he earned, his family lived in comfort. He still chose to hunt small game, saying he loved being out alone early in the morning. I know many men like that, Vagelus. Arcady the Handsome. Arcady and Larissa returned to Belaro and developed a romance. Larissa took over her father's business, and Arcady helped her sell weapons. They were a happy pair. I can totally picture Arcady being like a call guy. Come buy our finest silver weapons, come! The young couple matured and were wed years later. They traveled with Vernon to help the orphans for many years, until an event changed the course of their lives. Great, sequel, got it, cool, alright. I forgot about you. Natsuko returned to Mahala where she became a member of the Queen's Guard. While she was no slouch in combat, she was most famous for the speed she relayed messages. Alright, cool. Cool beans. He couldn't bear to be away from the sea any longer after the war. He put his pirating ways behind him, but used his knowledge of the oceans to become a prominent pilot. Good on you, Mr. Doros became Sail. She returned to Kuching, where she was forgiven for her crimes. She became more involved in the clergy, and helped troubled youths through religion. I forgot what you did. I don't think I ever figured it out because I didn't use you. Sri returned to Kuching, but struggled to adapt after his life on the road. His culture shock moved him to alcoholism, which claimed his life too soon. Damn. Anyways, Gunnar quickly disappeared after the war ended. Something weighed on his mind, but he never dared to share it. His whereabouts are unknown. Our classic sword dude fucks off ending. Navarre and Ogma classic. Osane never went back to Bolaro after the war. She was determined to pursue her own path in life. Her whereabouts are unknown. Bosco returned to his post at Port Hilda. He became a captain of the town guard and a popular figure in town. When he was old, he ran for mayor and won. Oh, this ought to be good. While Helga and Ruslan never spoke again, Papillion and Vida, their wyverns, became lovers. After the war, they wailed at the thought of being apart. Wow, that's sad as fuck. I went through all that just for the wyverns not to get a happy ending? I'm mad. Laios returned home to Ostruk dwelling a hero, and history would regard him as one of the most prominent Urstuk of the age, with his role leading to improved relations. I forgot about you. She returned to Bolaro, where she cared for her father until his death. Afterwards, she became a spy, and no one has seen her since. That's a good spy. She stayed by Emperor Titus's side and became general of the Imperial Army. She worked hard to be a general that would have made her sister proud. Just don't die like she did. After the war, Hollis stayed on as an Imperial Knight Captain. His reputation for his gargantuan strength on the battlefield owed him both respect and fear from new recruits and veterans alike. Okay. Honeydew was proud of her contributions after the journey. She went home and started her own chicken farm, before her itch for adventure scratched again. Alright, a lot of people I just don't care about because I didn't see supports. It's not their fault. Oh, my jaw's gonna be hurting after all this. She left knighthood after the war. She chose instead to follow her passions and become a florist. Many knights wore her flowers in their hair to honor her service. Duck returned home to his homeland, Moston, where he drifted around for a few years, before meeting a woman and settling down. He became a fisherman in a small port in Moston, but dreamed of traveling again. Tien was particularly concerned with the rise of the Dark Cult and the impact it made on his friends and in Nevin. He left for Orbro to uncover more, but was never heard from again. Yeah, because Toriana didn't know what to do with him after he beat the shit out of Cell. Freya went back to her village, where she returned a hero. She was mayor for a time, but felt ill-suited to the role. She vanished without... Why does she need to vanish? Although she missed Augustin, she eventually grew content. She continued working in ports as a hired sword, and would go on to start a family of her own. Dreyfus returned to Freyung and leveraged his network from the sea trade days to start his own business. He made enough to support his family, and that was more than enough for him. Aww. Hashi returned home to Freyung, but learned his sister had passed. He later learned the identity of his true birth father, which turned him bitter. Alright, well that's something else to learn later. Vernon traveled around the continent, helping troubled youths and orphans discover their penchant for magics. He seldom thought of himself and died happy surrounded by friends. Aw, that's sweet. Okalani continued in service of the Queen of Arkella of Mahala after the war. She would bear 3 children, all girls who would follow in their mother's footsteps. She remained stern, but she gave birth to the triangle attack. It was her! Mango left the army soon after the war, saying she much preferred fighting in the arena. With her earnings, she returned to Freyung and opened her own arena, cultivating the next generation of pit fighters. Good on you. Oh yeah, this guy. Menahan returned to Offenloch and continued his service under Lord Glory. He became the General of Offenloch, and was known by the soldiers for his discipline and tough training. Jay left knighthood behind and chose to follow her artistic passion. She traveled around selling pottery, paintings, and even learned to play the guitar. She was happy. Anyways, here's Wonderwall. Salan returned to Offenloch, where she stayed on as a sword instructor. She and her pupils studied the art of mounted sword fighting, and eventually opened a school. Okay. Oh yeah, this guy. Brackus felt a jolt of positivity after the war, and was determined to change his ways. He stopped drinking, gambling, and picking fights. He would later open an orphanage. Okay, one alcoholic has to die for another alcoholic to get better. Cygnus decided to leave the comfort of his forest behind. He moved to Moston, where he consulted the military on herbs and plants to use to survive in tough conditions. Through her father's encouragement, Mael struck out on her own. She moved to a rural town and tended to ill and injured animals. She was a loner, but content. Kasuma returned to Kuching for a time. She supported Chief Walio for a few years before leaving behind her dear friends. She is rumored to be with a foreign man. More stuff for the sequel, probably. Katut left the church, relieved of her vows. She married Walio and bore 5 children, 4 boys and a girl. She was a pillar of support for Waluyo as Kuching prospered. Surya returned home to Kuching and helped Chief Waluyo in his new post. He always lightened the mood with a hearty laugh and cheerful disposition. Nice. Bulan and Stina developed a friendship and romance. Stina left the Knights to live with Bulan. They'd both serve Chief Waluyo for the rest of their days, happily. Aw, good for them. Michael returned home to Freyung and was met with begrudging acceptance. His brother helped him smooth things over, and in time, Michael became a popular showman, known for his jazz tunes. Give that boy a sax. Anissa, despite learning of her past, chose to remain in Kuching. She continued to perfect her skill with the bow and became an instructor for young archers and soldiers. Kerr returned to his home in Lomsk after the war, where he lived with his wife. He stayed a captain of the garrison, and when asked about promotions, he said he enjoyed his simple pleasures more. Kajan returned to Moston to find himself busier than ever. He started a family shortly after and bore a son. He maintained his carefree spirit well into his old age. Alright, that's nice. Odin Dirk did some shit I didn't care about. Radoslav wrote a book detailing the war and his adventures. It became a definitive account of this conflict, studied by many for years to come. Did he write about his huge, bulging muscles? Saruni went back to Kuching, where she continued to live on her own. She became a bowyer, and her artisanal bows became popular for warriors and enthusiasts alike. Zakawat returned to his mountain home, where he much preferred the peace and quiet of nature to war. His friends visited him occasionally, and he was always a gracious host. Zuljalal returned to Kuching, where he served in Waluyo's guard. While strong and feared, he was still reckless. He died from his wounds in a skirmish. A fitting end. Rest in peace, my mans. Batari set out to heal Kuchingi after the damage wrought by Nevin. She traveled to bring aid to families. She would posthumously be anointed as a saint. Loyal Traitor, that's a cool title. Erasmus stayed in Balti to assist Emperor Titus rebuild the Imperial Army. He became a military advisor. When asked why he didn't take an offer to become the general, he said he could never take Bromhilda's role. I believe in you, you could've. Timonen returned to Lomsk and became Lady Sigrid's lead strategist and advisor. Despite his growing renown, he chose to remain single and never married. It's 'cause he's gay. Nah, that's not a joke, he actually is gay. Sigrid became Lord of Lomsk. Despite her youth, she matured to suit her new role. She became popular with the people and erected monuments to honor her late father. Aww. After the war, Cassius was unconvinced that Horvath was defeated, and continued in pursuit of him. He vanished and has not been seen since. What about Custer? What about Custer? Onwin returned to Orbro and was anointed the Divine Bishop of the Church of Light. She wrote a memoir of her travels, which helped her earn the love of Orbrorians. Zuzana left the army behind after the war, not finding Emperor Titus a compelling figure to serve. She became a mercenary in border towns near her hometown in Lomsk. Lori became Lord of Offenloch, now encompassing Horshad and Bolaro. The latter she kept largely as is, for she knew Storch would certainly confront her. Fair enough. Waluyo's exploits in the war led him to becoming a key person in relations with Nevin. As other chiefs passed on, he united their territories, and Kuching became unified for the first time in centuries. Go my mans! Storch returned home a hero, but he never cared much for the title. He spent much of his time in Rask trying to recreate the joyful feelings of youth, and only occasionally failed. I like that. I was worried they were going to say only occasionally succeeded. No, he had a good life with some ups and downs. That's good. Titus became Emperor of Nevin. While he had lost companions, he committed to doing right by the people. For many years, he was considered a great ruler, if a little self-centered. Very interesting that you said for many years, implying that he eventually stops. 16 years, in fact. It appears that bandits are threatening the Osterk people down at the border. The Osterk? You mean the cave folk? Some say they're savages, but they're my people all the same. Send a force out to deal with the bandits. My forefathers never paid much mind to them, and history books speak of their oppression. I will seek to end this through a display of good faith, the first of many. We will bridge the gap that divides the people, and bring... This is the vision. And now we're going to see what he says about Storch. I'll share the news with the oh, now we're going to finish it, and it's going to reveal that Titus wasn't actually a douche? What of Storch? Yes, I received words about the whereabouts of Storch. Emperor Titus, he was last seen in Rask, our scouts say. Although he seems to be maintaining a low profile, tracking him down will be challenging. I see. He was my dear companion those years ago. How foolish I was to toss away that friendship. Alas, time marches on, does it not? Ah, forgive my musings. Are we to continue the search for him? No, we can move on. He truly was serious about staying away from here. How I want to apologize for my crass behavior. But perhaps it is befitting of the situation. The Emperor kowtows to no one, am I wrong? Indeed, Emperor Titus. Additionally, I do come bearing other news. So you do. Then speak, my good man, speak away. I've a report from the physician about the... the harem. And? Nothing. None of the women are currently with child. I see. Is Titus infertile? So he did all of this and he can't even hold on to the fucking... Oh, that's an interesting twist. This report. So, it's true then. I suppose the chance of my legacy. It'll not... Oh, he did all of that and he can't even keep it because he can't have children. And now all he can do is sit and realize all the love and friendship he threw away for a legacy that can't even last past his lifetime. Ooh. Ooh, that's some shit. But what if there was an heir, Emperor Titus? What? Who goes there? Show yourself! Horvath. Well, it has been quite some time, has it not, Emperor Titus? My, how grandiose you've become, and what if you just kill him right now? And we don't even get a sequel, because you're like, no, I'm not doing this. Horvath. How did you... What do you want? I desire many things, Emperor Titus. But that is not for you to know. But I can tell you something I've learned, Emperor Titus. You speak of your condition, an inability to produce a child. If it was learned I was unable to produce an heir, my rule would be thrown into question. You fiend! Exploitation! Exploitation of an ailing man! True cruelty is boundless. You wound me, Emperor Titus. I don't wish to harm you. I wish only to help. I'd not be so petty to waste my time venturing here, only to sling insults without merit. It would be uncouth. No, I come presenting information. Perhaps information you'd be keen to learn, Emperor Titus. Information, you say? Is it dire? Go on. With this newfound news of yours, my Emperor, I suspect this detail will be of even greater import. But your lineage will not end with you, Emperor Titus. In fact, it's alive and well. What? You say yourself above petty remarks, and yet you stoop so low. Unbelievable. I will call the guards. My, such anger. If you call the guards, your secret is as good as out. Extortion. I will not be controlled by such games. But you will, Emperor Titus. Your rule is legitimate, yes, but you still have enemies. The people of the defeated lands suffer at your ordinance, to hand Nabokov and Horshat's fate signed to Sigrid and Lori, states that are now but colonies in your own dominion. There would be many who'd be happy to see you fall. I can guarantee that. And, not to mention, without the promise of a future heir, those who pledge loyalty to you may turn their blades to remove the Emperor to foster a stability, a dynasty you are denied. Fiend! You speak falsehoods, liar among liars, a traitorous worm beyond redemption. I will take no threats from such a lowly man. Keep squawking, Emperor Titus. It will be your undoing. I suppose your heir will also have to die. The Empire embroiled in war yet again. I could not allow my people to suffer. Then you do well to listen, Emperor Titus. For this heir, while of your blood, may not be loyal to you. Perhaps they challenge you for the right to sit atop the throne. An heir of mine I would love without condition, to have a son or daughter to call my own, While my aims are preservation, I yearn to be a strong father. A model to my child, whomever they may be. With the kindness I show them, why challenge me? It may not be that they would challenge you in battle, but they may challenge your authority, and the weight of the crown you wish to make them wear. It may be rejected, tossed aside. Not all yearn to perch atop a throne as you do, clutching at it with your talons. Some would prefer to enjoy the simpler pleasures in life. To men like you and I, what pleasure is there greater than power? No, this cannot be. Who is the child? Tell me! Tell me, or I will separate your head from your shoulders. Now you see it, do you? It took you long enough. The child. She is more familiar to you than you would know. A daughter. A beautiful, beautiful... It's Lever, isn't it? I had this thought so long ago, way back in part 1. What if Lyra was Titus's dad's son? I was close. I predicted this shit fucking a month ago. But first, you must make a promise. A favor I must ask of you, my emperor. I have little choice than to accept. If the word of my condition gets out, the Empire will be at war. My life, my authority, all at risk. I cannot allow this to happen. So please, if you offer me salvation, tell me, what is it? The royal blood that flows through your veins. It has an aura. Practitioners of powerful elder magic such as we can see this. We can sense the mythic properties of bloodlines, and I have found a match to you, my emperor. She has traveled with you for a time. She is also a student of the anima magics. Surely you know to whom I refer to, Emperor Titus. No. Could it be? Young Lyra's my daughter? But that would mean... Esper. No. It all makes sense now. That was how she was so familiar to me. It was but a hazy night in my youth. But now, it all makes sense. I'm glad we're aligned, Emperor Titus. I'd recommend you send a messenger for her. But first, the conditions of our deal. As ashamed as I am of my actions, I am a man of my word. I will do the favor. There is something of great import to me. It resides in Oh, the seal for the Blade of Darkness! Or whatever the fuck it was. Oh, shit. Don't do that, Titus. You're gonna give him the sword. Oh, he turned red! Oh! Nice job, Pandan. That was good. Laurent Loctus, Levin, Capybara, Meliot, Nick T. Oh god, I did not have enough time to read all that. Thank you all for an amazing hack. Spear Doggo, Pikmin 1211, Skreza, Pandan, Skriza, KM Morgan 208, Pushwall, Warpath, Bloopy Tequila, Bartz from Final Fantasy V? Special thanks, 7743, Pikmin 121, Snaky 1, Venabenu, Circles Everywhere, SME. Thank you for playing. There's gonna be a sequel. I hope you had fun! Please share your feedback. This whole Let's Play can be considered my feedback. The last few maps were a little too easy, but I was also playing on normal. Be safe, and remember, if you love someone, tell them. Aww. Pandan and friends. Accept side quest? What the fuck do you mean accept side quest? Endgame X! The fuck? The fuck is this? I definitely just hit the enter button. Alright, well. I guess this isn't the end, or maybe it is? I don't know. This is post-game stuff. I'm not sure if I want to do this. We'll see. We'll see. I'll come back. So, like, what would happen if I didn't use any of these units? Also, why did it show me Onderdonk, Kerr, and all that? They aren't here. Oh, going to unit crashes the game. Oh, no, it didn't. I think... We'll see what I do. We'll see what I do.